Everyone, and welcome to the Body Confidence Breakthrough. I am so excited to have you here today. So, this is all about how to rewire body shame into self-confidence. This is a topic that I'm so passionate about. And this is approximately going to be around 30 minutes, 40 minutes, maybe a little bit longer if I go off on one. And this, of course, is a complimentary masterclass because there's so many people out there that I feel really need this content. So, what to expect in today's session? So, the why. Why is everybody hating on their body? So many people that I speak to have are so critical of their bodies. It's a massive I'm going to call it a bit of an epidemic, but it has actually been going on for years and years and years, if not hundreds of years, centuries. We're going to have a look at the science behind body shaming. And what I mean by this is when you actually talk to your body in such a negative way, I really want to explain to you today what impact that is actually having on your body. And actually, when you are shaming your body, that is not doing anything. It is making things so much worse. So I'm really going to explain this to you with a little bit of science sprinkled in there as well. And then at the end, how to actually shift that body shaming, that guilt, the way that you feel about your body into confidence. So that is what we're going to be going through today. Now, first of all, just a little bit of a disclaimer because this masterclass is for educational and inspirational purposes only. It's not medical, psychological, or nutritional advice. We will be touching on topics such as body image, self-worth, and diet culture. And this may feel sensitive or triggering for some viewers. If you are currently experiencing an eating disorder, severe body image distress, or any related mental health concerns, please seek support from a qualified professional, such as a GP, therapist, or specialist organisation. The information shared in this masterclass is based on experience, lived experience, mindset strategies, and personal development tools. And it is designed to empower, not diagnose or treat. So, by continuing to watch this, you acknowledge that you are responsible for your own well-being and agree that neither the speaker or the Mindset Model Limited is liable for any outcomes resulting from this content. Oh, we've got to do these things, haven't we, my loves? Just another little disclaimer as well. The language that I will be using throughout this masterclass, I actually identify as a woman. Oh, she's a lady. But just use the relevant language which feels in alignment to you. So, however you identify, this masterclass is for anyone. If you are a human and you have a body and you have been hating on that body, this masterclass is for you. So, first of all, let's get started. You're probably thinking, who the hell are you? And I'm just about to tell you. So, about the mindset model. Hello, my loves. My name is Sarah Davis, and I am the founder of the mindset model. And this is a global movement for self-image and confidence. I have got 15 plus years modeling, presenting, acting, keynote speaking, and all of those wonderful things. Now, I am a plus size model, the winner of the Sun's national competition, and I've also featured in campaigns with Gok Wan. So I'm going to go into a little bit of my story and why I'm so passionate about body image, self-image. When I was younger, I must have been between the ages of 8 to 12. That is when I started to notice that I look a bit different to the other kids at school. I had a bit more of a fuller figure. I just looked different. And that's when I really started to notice. And the body insecurity started to creep in. I would hear my mum say things like, oh, I used to look so good when I was a size 8. She She used to get her wedding pictures out. She was a petite size 8 blonde, looking absolutely beautiful. She looks absolutely beautiful and stunning now, but there was always this reference of, oh, I used to be a size 8. And I attached a meaning that being a size 8 was a really good thing. That's where it started. Again, I would pick up because when you're younger, especially between the ages of 0 to 7, that is when your subconscious mind is like a sponge. I would just pick up on the diet culture. My mum was constantly on a diet, Slimming World, Weight Watchers, cabbage soup, all these different things, counting calories. My grandma was the same, and I would pick up on this language: a minute on the lips, a lifetime on the hips, fridge pickers wear bigger knickers. Like all of these things. And I was just picking up on this. So when I actually hit my teenage years, that's when I really noticed I was very different compared to the other students at school and what I was seeing on the TV. So again, I was very much of a fuller figure. When I was about 14, 15, I must have been a size 14 to 16. I didn't really know much about nutrition or exercise or anything like that, but I hated my body. I hated it so much. And the words that I would use to describe myself, so upsetting. I would literally just stand in the mirror and cry. It was awful. That is when we used to watch music videos as well. So we had Christina Aguilera, Dirty. Oh, when that came on the TV, I was like, oh my goodness me, she looks amazing. I need to look like her. I need to be like this size 8 to 10 blonde, and I'm really not that. Like it was a whole thing. You would read things in the magazine, be skinny, have a what was it, the abs, whatever that saying for the abs is. It was just a whole thing. And I didn't realize how much of an impact that actually had on my confidence. So this just went through until I must have been about 17. Then I joined the gym and I really started to take notice of how I wanted to feel in my body, but I still felt awful. And then one day, my dad was like, Sarah, you're so beautiful. You need to get some modeling pictures done. I was like, oh, I'm hideous. Because obviously parents, they always tell you you're beautiful. You're amazing. You're perfect as you are. But we don't bloody believe them, do we? Because we are bombarded with imagery which tells us otherwise. We're not good enough and we're not worthy unless we look a certain way. So we really attach that meaning to it. When we're seeing on the TV, you shouldn't have cellulite, you shouldn't be this size, you shouldn't be that you think, oh my goodness me. And we're going to go into the science as to how that makes an impact very shortly. So anyway, my dad was like, Sarah, you need to be a model, you need to do this. I thought he was bloody mad. But anyway, he bought me this photo shoot. I must have been about 18. And I was like, ooh, okay. So maybe I do look good. I was still a curvy model, so I must have been like a size 12 to 14, still very different to the, other models out there. But that's when I really started to think I can still be myself and be beautiful and be a model. And that is when I entered the Sun's national competition. That is when this whole size 0 came out. And it was like, no, we need some more curvy models. I entered the competition and I won. How exciting is that? I know. And I had a modeling contract alongside that. And that is when I really wanted to fight with body image. I was like, yes, you can be any size. So continued doing modeling. Gok Wan is a very inspirational person. He really highlights the fact that everyone is beautiful in their own unique way, but it's about the clothing and making yourself feel good. And he put on this fantastic campaign, which was all over the country, and it was called One Size Fits All. So there was all sorts of different body types and, different types of people on stage. And I remember at the end of one of the shows, this person coming up to me in the audience, and they were like, You have inspired me so much to actually just be me and not go on a diet and not hate myself because you stood up there in your underwear in front of hundreds of people and you look so confident and you look so good. I was like, yes, you go, girl. And that is when I was like, right, this is it. I've got to do something about this. So, um, I've gone on a massive tangent. See, I told you I'd do this. So, my story, I grew up feeling like I didn't fit the mold, and I spent years of attaching my worth to how I looked. And I'm going to go into this in a lot more detail. And today, I teach people how to detach their value from appearance and step into epic confidence. Isn't that fantastic? So, also another little disclaimer. I'm going to try really hard not to swear in this masterclass, just in case there are younger viewers watching this. But sometimes I get very passionate. The odd little swear word might pop out. So, apologies in advance. I will try my hardest. So, why are we so body conscious? And you probably have a good idea as to why, but I'm just gonna really highlight a few things just to, put it out there. So society, oh yes, we are bombarded every damn day with standards of beauty. And this, we cannot escape it. It is everywhere. When you turn on the TV, when you're scrolling on your phones, when you're walking past and there's a big billboard, lose weight. This is a wonderful product which is going to make you skinny. Again, social media filters. When we actually look at pictures, that's not actually the real person. So we're like, oh my gosh, I have to look like this, but it's not even real. It's madness. And billions are spent yearly by industries profiting off our insecurities. I'm going to let that sink in for you. Oh, yes. Essentially, this is all about money and control. So, this is shocking. 80% of women and 60% of men report dissatisfaction with their bodies. That is a whopping amount of people. That is crazy. And over 60% of adults say that poor body image has held them back from opportunities, relationships, and speaking up at work and other opportunities as well. This is having such an impact on people's lives. And I really want you to take a step back now and think, has there been a situation where you haven't spoken up or you haven't gone for something because you feel like you don't look the part, you're not good enough? I know that I have. I have held myself back from so many opportunities because I'm too big. It's ridiculous. And body image is not just a personal issue. This is not about you because you are perfect as you are. This really is a cultural one and it's got to change. It really has to. So, um, the we'll move on to the next bit now. So the truth about body image, and this is really interesting. I'm going to share another little story as well, actually. I think we'll go on to this in the next slide anyway, but this is all about the way that you actually talk to yourself. And if you pause for a moment and think, how do I actually talk about myself? And when I was younger, even growing up, even probably up until a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, the things that I would say about my body, I can laugh about them now because I have done the mindset work. As a mindset expert, I know how to detach what my body looks like to my worth. So I can laugh about it. But gosh, say for example, I would be like, oh, look at my bingo wings, and I would literally be flapping them around. I'd be like, oh, it's like holding a chicken slice. I used to because I had an issue with my knees, really random. Isn't it funny all the different bits that we pick up on? Anyway, I would be like, my knees, they're like walrus knees. And people like be like, what do you mean by walrus knees? Walruses don't have knees. And I'm like, yes, exactly. I just have like folds where my knees should be. And just things like we went, oh, it must have been about 10, yeah, it was 10 years ago. We went to Turkey and it was all inclusive in my bikini and I was floating in the pool. My boyfriend, now husband, swam up to me. He grabbed the side of the lilo, and my belly literally was like doing this full on like wobble. And we were just like, oh my gosh, you've got an all-inclusive belly. But I can laugh at it now because it's funny and it doesn't mean anything. But then I was like, oh my God, I'm a terrible person. I've eaten all this food. I've got this all-inclusive belly. I'm terrible. So anyway, just examples. Have a think today throughout this masterclass of, things that you've called yourselves, like names and things like that, and see how you actually feel about that. So, body image. This is not about how you look. It's about how you think and feel about how you look. Have a think about that. I'm going to say that again. Body image isn't about how you look because you look amazing. It's all about how you think and feel about how you look. You are the key to this. It's the inner work. A negative body image keeps people stuck in cycles of shame, comparison, and playing small. As I mentioned at the start, there is an element of control here. So if you think of, that 80% of women, 60% of men, they're feeling less confident. They're going for less opportunities. They're more controlled. Have a think what that means. Okay. When people are playing small, they're not winning. Yeah, I'll let you make your own decisions on that. And confidence does not come from fixing your body. It comes from freeing yourself from attaching worth to it. And that is what we're going to be doing in this masterclass. My intentions today for after you've listened to this is for you to really see your worth and detach your worth from what your body looks like, because essentially it's how you feel about your body. That's the most important thing. So, what do we have next? The subconscious mind and body image. Now, this is absolutely fascinating. Now, I have studied mindset for over 10 years. I'm a mindset expert. I really wanted to understand why we do certain things. What are these habits? What are these patterns? Where do they come from? Why are there people out there which are struggling with the way they look? They lack confidence, and there are people out there which are brimming with confidence. And I found the answers. Now, the subconscious mind is actually wired for safety and not logic. Okay. So, what this means is a large part of our mind, 95%, is actually in the subconscious mind, 5% is conscious. Now, we have a part of the subconscious mind which is wired to keep us safe. So, back in the day when we were cave people, our main priority was staying alive. And to stay alive, you have to be part of a tribe, because the more people there are in your tribe, safety in numbers, you can protect yourself from the dinosaurs, from the pterodactyls sweeping down from the sky, and all of that stuff. So, the message in your subconscious mind, which is still in there today, is stay safe by being in a tribe. And that does not make logical sense because we're not working with logic here. The subconscious mind does not understand logic, it just accepts. It does not rationalize. It just absorbs, takes it, and it's like, right, let's go. Now, society is the new tribe. So you can see where I'm going with this now. We all feel like we have to fit in. This is a subconscious belief because if we don't fit in, we are in danger, which is obviously not true, but our subconscious mind thinks it's true. The subconscious mind is like, oh my God, we need to fit in to society. Everyone's on a diet. Everyone wants to be a size 10 with no cellulite and washboard abs. We need to be this, otherwise, we're going to die. That is genuinely what is happening in your subconscious mind. And that is why dieting feels like a survival mechanism. I have done every damn diet under the sun, literally all of them. And when I'm not on a diet, I feel like a bad person or felt like a bad person. I would be like, oh my gosh, if I'm not on a diet, then that's it. And it's when you think about it logically and rationally, it makes no sense. But when you understand from a subconscious level, you're like, ah, okay. So, as I said, the conscious mind is only 5% of the awareness. Everything else is stored in the subconscious mind. And what we really need to do is reframe the beliefs in your subconscious mind, and only you can do that. So, we're going to reframe, we're going to add new ideas into the subconscious mind, and we're going to create a new safety for you. So, energy and the body. This is so exciting. I am going to be sharing a little experiment on the next slide. But this just blows my mind every time. Now, I know there's this whole, oh, energy, everything is energy, and it seems really woo-woo. And I used to be one of those people that was like, oh, what you talking about, this energy and this frequency business? Like, what even is that? And now I get it, and I'm like, wow, okay. So, the thoughts and words that we speak actually carry a frequency. And I talk a lot about this in the mindset model method. So, I'm not going to go into the full on science of it today, but everything essentially is energy. If you were to take your arm right now and put it underneath a very powerful microscope, you would see that your arm is not actually solid. It's just a bunch of vibrating atoms. And within that atom is the energy. The dead space within the atom is the energy. So, and everything has got a frequency, a bit like tuning in a radio. So don't worry if that doesn't make sense. Maybe we'll do another workshop on that. But for now, just take my word for it that everything is energy and words carry a frequency. And the importance of this, I'll explain in a minute. So when you shame your body, when you're saying things like, oh, my bingo wings, they're flapping about, or my thunder thighs, my all-inclusive belly, my walrus knees, you are sending low vibration energy to your body. That is fear, guilt, rejection. And the body does not thrive in shame. It actually contracts, it hides, and it resists. So that is why it's so important to be checking on your inner dialogue. How are you actually talking to yourself? When you look in the mirror, what are you saying? And it's really sad because I know a lot of people that are watching this will probably say, do you know, I'm actually saying really not very nice things to myself. And this has got to change. And the reason why it has to change, because you're not going to get anywhere by talking to yourself like that. Transformation happens when you love your body and you don't punish it. So, speaking to your body with kindness, it will respond with strength, vitality, and confidence. So, if you have had a whole lifetime of shaming your body, that is okay. From now, from today, you're going to take small steps to talk kindness to your body. And I'm going to be sharing some great ways that you can do that in a couple of slides' time. So first of all, we need to get onto the experiment because this is so exciting. I talk about this in the mindset model method, one of my favorite experiments because it really highlights the power of the words that we use and how much of an impact they actually have on us. Yes. So Dr. Emoto's water experiment. Now, he is a Japanese scientist and he wanted to conduct an experiment to prove that thoughts, words, and emotions can literally change the molecular structure of water. So he conducted his experiment. He had a vessel of water in one room, a vessel of water in the other. And in one room, he played a radio and it was words like, I love you, you're beautiful, you're wonderful, you're all of the lovely things. And then in the other room, it was horrible words like, you are ugly, I hate you, you're like really nasty things. Now, he did, I don't know, obviously, how long he did this for. I go into it in a lot more detail in my course, but under the microscope, after the experiment, he had a look at each vessel of water. Now, water exposed to the positive words had formed beautiful symmetrical crystals. And the water that was subjected to negative words, the water became distorted, chaotic, and it went a horrible, horrible colour. Now, this is important to you because your body is made up of 70% water. If you are talking to yourself negatively, that is going to have a negative impact on your body. So, here's a little conclusion. What do you think happens when you speak words of criticism, shame, doubt, self-doubt to yourself? But more importantly, imagine if you did change those words. Imagine if you started saying amazing things to yourself. You look beautiful today. I love the way your hair looks. Oh my goodness me, like your body is beautiful. All of the things. Imagine what would happen. So, here we are. How to start loving your body now. This is what we're here for today. So, the first portion of this training, we have just gone into the why, what is happening, the science behind it. So, now you should have a good idea of we need to change. We need to change the dialogue, the way that we speak to ourselves. Now, this is a picture of me. Oh, hey, hey. Would you believe I used to be a teenage girl that hated her body. I used to get bullied. Oh, I remember when I was at school, actually, I was on walking to school on my way in, and the boys would be shouting out of the maths window, Heifer! Heifer's coming. I can laugh now, but do you know, like where I'm coming from here? To now, I am an underwear model and I look damn good. Yes, that is the confidence and the energy that you can have. And it's all about rewiring your mindset. So, number one, gratitude practice. Gratitude is one of the best things that you can do, not just for body image, but anything in your life, having gratitude. Thanking your body daily for what it does, not how it looks. So you need to change your focus. Your body is phenomenal. It does the most amazing things. It heals itself. It breathes without you thinking about doing that. It moves, it walks, it runs, it does fantastic things. If you are a mother, you have grown an actual human in your body, and then pushed it out. What even is that? Do you know? So the first thing is gratitude and actually appreciating what your body does. Because there's people out there as well that perhaps don't have access to areas of their body because you know whatever, so you need to be grateful for what you do have. If you can move, talk, walk, breathe in, you're living, okay? Be grateful for that. Now, number two, choose a feature. Choose a part of your body that you love. Again, this is about changing the focus. This is a great mindset tool. Take away focus from areas of your body that you're not happy with at the moment and start focusing on an area of your body that you love and focus on it. And when you are getting the doubt is coming up like, oh, my thighs are too big, my butt's too big, or whatever. No, pause yourself and say, well, do you know what? I have got sexy boobs, or whatever you've got going on. Whatever part of your body you're like, make sure you're focusing on that. This does take practice. And the main thing is having an awareness. Once you have that awareness of your inner dialogue, you can pause and you can address that. So, next of all, body kindness rituals. This is so important. Nourish your body. Now, there's a lot of people that have got very, very bad relationships with food. We have been told shouldn't eat avocados because they're full of fat. You shouldn't eat this because it's that. Food is not bad for you. There is no such thing as a bad food. It's about choosing what food feels good to you, which is going to nourish and add lovely minerals and nutrients and proteins and good things that your body needs and actually makes you feel good. There is nobody else can tell you what makes your body feel good. There'll be scientific experiments that say eggs are good for you. There'll be a scientific experiment that says eggs are bad for you. There's no truth in it. You make your own truth. So the first thing, nourish your body. Now, for example, I have a very balanced diet. So I love cake. Will I stop eating cake? No, I bloody won't. I love chocolate. Will I stop eating chocolate? No, I bloody won't. I have that in balance with other nutritional foods that make my body feel good. This is about balance and not feeling the guilt and the shame when you're eating food that you love. We're here to live and have a joyful experience. Move your bodies in ways that you enjoy. This is fantastic. Now, we have an attachment to exercise. We have a mindset of, I need to exercise to lose weight. That can be a mindset of you can have a bit of guilt, a bit of shame here. That's not what we want. The way that you want to be thinking is, I want to move my body because it actually makes me feel really good. So choose an exercise or movement that you love. So for example, I love lifting weights. I love strength training. I don't do it to lose weight, or I do it because it feels good. I also love yoga. I love moving my body because, there's all sorts of stuck energy and, crinkly bits, not crinkly, but you know what I mean? Creaky, that's the word, like creaky bits. I don't want creaky bits. I want my body to last as long as possible. Longevity should be your goal. A body that functions well. Also, walking. Walking is so good. Getting out in nature, walking amongst the trees, that is such a good medicine. So, body kindness rituals, choose things that make you feel good, make you feel alive. That will start to help you feel good. And then language, shift your language. Stop saying things like, I hate my body, I hate my stretch marks, I hate my cellulite. No, we're not doing any of that anymore. You're going to replace that to, I love my body. My body is keeping me alive. My body allows me to pick up my kids or go to the shops or go on holiday. My body, whatever feels good to you, start leading with love, because your body is listening to you. It really is. And then finally, the comparison detox, very important. So curate so if you like to use social media, you're scrolling through, make sure you're filtering your social media so it makes you feel good and empowered. Start adding, real diverse bodies on there. I absolutely love Ashley Graham. She's a sexy bitch. She is somebody that I will absolutely have on my social media feed popping up because she's broken the norm. She is a curvaceous woman, but she is so confident and sexy with it. I'm like, yes, I want more of that. So make sure you are tapping into, you're exposing yourself to people that make you feel good while you are on this journey of rewiring and building your confidence and releasing the shame. So, and a final little note here, this is over to you. Now, body standards and body culture are not going away anytime soon. They will be here to stay because, as I said, companies profit from us hating ourselves. Companies profit from us feeding off our insecurities and keeping us small, keeping us in control. So it's not going anywhere. It is up to you. Yes, you, my love, you have got the power and the control. So the nobody can take this away from you. You are in control of your thoughts and your emotions, okay? Nobody can tell you, nobody can go into your brain, actually physically go in there and be like, hey, why don't you just say horrible things? No, you can change that inner dialogue. So choose to talk with kindness. Do this every day, be consistent, and over time, you will be amazed at how much your life changes. And I'm living proof of this. I used to hate my body. I used to hate it. And now I love it. I'm like looking in the mirror. I'm like, woo, I'm a sexy bitch. And I feel good, you know? So, anyway, and finally, remember your uniqueness is your superpower. We are not on this planet to look like everyone. That would be boring. We are all meant to be different shapes, sizes, whatever. We're all meant to be different, and that is powerful. That is beautiful. So, I hope you enjoyed this masterclass. I hope you are feeling really empowered. Please make sure you make changes today. Speak to yourself with kindness. If you love this masterclass, please like, comment, share, send this to anybody which needs a bit of a pick me up. You can find the mindset model on all of the social media platforms. I am quite literally everywhere. I'm on the gram, LinkedIn, YouTube. I've also got podcasts as well, and also Facebook. And if you want to dive even deeper into the world of mindset, you are ready to make a change and you want to feel your best self every damn day, make sure you check out the Mindset Model Method. You can go to the website, themindsetmodelmethod.co.uk, or drop me a little message. It has been an absolute pleasure to have you here with me today. You are bloody beautiful. Now go out there, spread that kindness, and I will see you in my next masterclass.